There's somebody that covering you. You know what I'm saying? And if anything should go down, guess what? That man, if he's remember, he gonna get up, he gonna do what it takes to protect you. So everything else can move on, even if he has to sacrifice his life. And so this is what we have to realize where we're at within the time of what's going on. Because we shouldn't be reading about anybody in the newspaper.
That's right.
Because about their dad or something, because some told them to alienate themselves and leave the fold. If the Mashiyach would leave the fold to go look, what? Search for that one that was lost. Let me tell y'all something. That means it's important that that one that was lost be back where? Amongst the fold, amongst the number. Because what? Why? There's safety amongst the fold. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let me get into the lesson. I apologize for getting kind of pulled off. But with something in my ruach, let me tell you something. We need to address these things. And let me tell y'all something. Until you have lived longer than your loved ones and your parents and stuff, when you live longer than them, then you can have what? Some say-so in your decision making and making your own choices. But until then, listen to your loved ones. It would be crazy on what? Leah coming to Korah, telling her something that she's never experienced. And Korah looking at her like, are you kidding me? You've never been any further than this house and work. How are you going to do that? What you even know about that? And you done lived it how long now? But yet she's going to know more about it than you. Never been through it. You've experienced it. So then what would she be telling you? But telling you, Mom, I'm going to get somewhere and sit down. That's the only thing she can be telling you. You don't have a sense that you about that life. No, they're not about that life. And I don't think our young people understand, even if it's not just talking about the women, it's talking about the men too. I don't even know if they really appreciate and understand their upbringing and what the Most High has sheltered them and protected them from. Let me tell you something. I'm trying my best. From experience, I think about when I was growing up. Do you not know our clan was about 40 strong? Out of 40 young men strong, do you not know it was only 2 out of that whole clan of 40 that had a father in the home?
And that's true.
My friend Napoleon, his father Jimmy was at home. But me and my brother James, we had a father in the home. But you know the only difference between James and I and Napoleon? Our father wasn't my biological father. It was somebody else. Wow. So when you have an opportunity, you have your father, your biological father, but a man in the home is good either way. You have to appreciate that. We're the only 2 that had a father in the house. Guess what happened with the rest? Jamie, he served 60 years in jail. Lynn could have made it to the NBA, got hooked on cocaine out of a heart attack from cocaine. Jeremy Snell, I'm calling name. Jeremy, he the same thing, cocaine, heart attack from cocaine. The rest did in prison. They didn't have any father in the house. But the 2 that had a father in the house, we went on to be pretty successful. You know what I'm saying? Not success based on what the world calls us, but we came out all right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because we had that foundation, that structure within the home. Man, y'all better appreciate that.
Yeah.
You better appreciate that. And let me tell you something. Growing up in my home, I thought my parents were strict. I didn't want to hear everything they had to say. A lot of things. You know how many times I These are my parents were talking about. I'm saying that I can't stand.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know what? Because they wouldn't let me go out and hang out with my friends. And then next time I got a friend, they landed up in the hospital because it was a shooting, they got shot. And then when I get older, go to my class reunion and stuff, now all of a sudden, you see about 20 people missing. And you see all these people die from just foolishness and silliness. And then your mind begin to go back and you say, you know what, I really appreciate and I love my parents. Because they were protecting me from following in the same footsteps of these people. It's so many times I look back and I just love my mom for just her sternness, my father, my stepfather for his sternness. When they just went upside our head and knocked us out when we tried to get grown because we wanted to do something they could see further than us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It is not until you get grown and realize after you made those mistakes of your own, you begin to realize and see what they were trying to tell you and why they were telling you those things. And you realize, you know what, these very people I said that I couldn't stand, and I wish they were dead, because sometimes we do say that when we get in our feelings as teenagers and stuff, because you can't have your way. And then you realize you can sit down and you want to do is cry, because you realize, like, wow, these people saved my very life. I could have been just like so-and-so over there. You said people you grew up that had good futures ahead of them. You thought they were going places, and you see them on the street talking to themselves. And these were people that had good education and good grade. Growing up with you in school, now they talking to themselves. They lost their mind. Go ahead.
And I want to say for the young people here, you always hear it say, well, Yahuah has a plan for your life. And out of that plan, if you just do what he says to do, be obedient toward his word, then he'll bring that plan into fruition for you. And at some point in time, he's going to lead you, if that is part of his plan, to have your own family.
Yeah.
And when you do that, then only if you listen very attentively are you going to be able to implement those things that your family, that your mom and dad and grandparents have put there. I think it's very important to understand that, not only the importance of the grandparents, but where they're supposed to fit in that. But I want to say that also your mom and dad had a plan for you and have a plan for you. When you were born into this world, they had a plan for you. And usually that plan is rooted and grounded, if they're men and women of Yahuah, that plan is rooted and grounded in Christ, in Mashiyach, in his word. And if you allow them, they're going to get you to where you need to go. Now, I know a lot of times we want to move fast, so it ain't in our timing. And that's where the animosity and all of that come in at. But when I look at the other nations and I see that those children, you have some of them where their children do follow them, and they go on to do well. You got other ones that don't follow, especially in our community, and really in the white folk community too. Our children do what we want to do, what they want to do. And in most cases, guess what happens? They end up falling by the wayside, because the other nations have, as you said earlier, have a plan for you as well. Okay, and you've heard what Kasab was saying about, Maury Kasab was saying about what some of the other nations have for you. So, James, Solomon, girls over here, stay close. I know it's hard because you've got this desire to explore the world because you're young, but stay close. Stay close. Yes, they're going to be looking at your best interests. Okay? No, some brother ain't going to just be able to walk up to you and do anything. They got to go through your daddy first. Okay? And it's a new way of thinking. So it's very important to understand what that plan is. Talk about that plan that your family has for each one of the children, okay, or you yourself, and then see what you can do if you want to be able to implement change or whatever, but never ever get off and under the cover. Never ever get to the point to where you're not, where you're saying, I want to do it my way, because you're gonna bust your head. I mean, my daughter is doing good in some areas, but she's busting her head. Some of the mistakes I see her making are just stupid to me. But they're some of the same mistakes we made because we weren't listening. You see, and how those things could have stopped us from making those same mistakes. And that's the thing with the wisdom that we're talking about. The mistakes that we made, we're trying to keep you from making them so that you can go further. You're not supposed to come in and start at our beginning. You're supposed to come in and go from where we finished up. You're supposed to take all of that knowledge and then go further. You see? And you can't get the knowledge if you're not listening. When I walk in the door and Solomon and James run upstairs because they're going to get another lecture, okay, that you're missing out on some stuff, some things that you need. So anyway, that's just something I want to say.
Yeah, and you're so right. You're so correct.
Yep.
That's why it's important. I mean, especially for bots. Daughter, let me tell you something. You know you don't stand a chance out here without cover. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. What's that, rapping that future? That's all you got about the truth? I'll just tell the truth, so let me tell you something. You got some ravenous wolves out here. They're waiting on you to cross that threshold and come out. I mean, they're waiting on you. But the thing about it is, you don't find it strange when people take on the mindset to where they feel like they want to leave from under their covering. It's never to keep Torah and to continue to observe, but always to do what they feel like they're grown and they want to do.
Wow. Yeah.
That's why you know something wrong with it. Why your mindset is not that, I'm going to leave this and leave that, is to continue to observe. Did Israel left their covering, didn't they? Did they continue to observe?
No.
And where is she today?
Yeah.
Right here crying and upset and angry because somebody else is in her land. Hey, that's I just laugh so much when I see those videos. You see how people go to Israel and when it's time for them to leave, they just bawling in tears, just crying. Tell me it's not fair. There's somebody that's not even the people in the land that is our land. But hell, when you were there, you didn't want to be there.
Right.
You didn't want to be in that land. So what's all the boo-boo for? Let's stay here till we get it right, then we go back in the land. It's crazy how when you, y'all, it takes a lot for me to read the scriptures. Because it just really, when you look at our forefathers, our ancestors, and how they just had everything just handed to them. So you couldn't ask for anything better. And they just threw it out the door like it was slop or something.
Let me read this based on exactly what you're saying. This is Ezra 6, I believe it is, or 4, 6. I think 6:54. It says, and after these Adam also, whom you made Elohim of all your creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom you have chosen. All this have I spoken before Yahuah, because you made the world for our sakes. As for the other nations, which also come of Adam, you have said that they are nothing but like spittle. And have likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falls from a vessel. My question is, if this is how he sees us, and this is how he sees the other nations, why are we running after the other nations? Why are we running after them so hard? Why are we trying to live the way they want us to live? You see? And that's what happened with the children of Israel. Every time they went anywhere, what did they do? They kept looking at these other nations, trying to get a hold of what they were doing. They just did not want what Yahuah gave them. You see? And so now what we're trying to do, we're scrambling to try to get our own identity back and have our own sense of being amongst the other nations. You see? We don't want to be like them no more. We want to be like, this is what you will tell us to be like. But guess what? This is thousands of years later.
Yep.
You know? And they got the world. They got it over us when all of it could have been ours. And all we have to do is turn back and just keep our mind focused on the things that he has for us. You know? They're like spittle. They are nothing compared to him. They're like a drop. So why are we trying to be like them? You see?
So we're trying to get back to that place. And that's why, in order to get there, we have to do it together. I mean, that's what I said. You know, either we're going to be a nation or not. You know, we can't individualize ourselves. We have to understand what it means to be together, to start coming together as a people. And that's the beauty of the time we're living in, where the Most High is waking his people up, and they're saying, and you know, me and I had spoke to him in a couple of years, but I just found his number again. I spoke to him this morning, and we were talking about how the times we're living in, you can see the Most High, he's gathering and bringing Israel together, not waking them up and scattering them. The word gathering holds a meaning. Gathering means to bring together. So we have to understand that mindset. So even when we're waking up, what is the purpose of him waking us up? Is it to be on our own? No. When you find other like-minded brothers, you what? You come together. That was the beauty of the Qumran community. They all had an understanding that it was about coming together for the survival of everybody. I mean, everybody within the community now. So what you see is, we have to understand and realize that it's important that we have ears to hear, eyes to see. So when Shaitan comes at us with something, and when he attacks our mind with something, we have to be able to make rational thoughts. And wait a minute, does that make sense what he's telling me? Because I know from my teaching, my upbringing in Torah, this is the order and the way things are supposed to be. So if he's coming at me with something different, how does that thought line up with that? And if it doesn't line up with that, the most logical answer is, you know what? This is wrong. Because my covering, the Torah, it all lines up this way. So why would I be doing something else that's different from what this says? What I got, Zartan again? Oh, okay, let me come on, y'all. Let me get in this. I'm sorry.
No, you good, you good.